Hey everybody, welcome back to Mike Lewis Gaming. I am of course Mike, and today we're going to take a look up the Update 2.5 Survival Revival Experimental Release that the Fun Pimps had just posted. I'm not going to read through every single little thing, but it'll be out soon, and they're saying it should stable update for all platforms will be out before the holidays. Now, their track record with saying when something is going to be out means this could be the holiday Christmas, New Year's Eve holiday. It could be Valentine's Day or Labor Day or, next Thanksgiving. You never know with these guys. But this is what I'm calling their failed compromise update. This is improved water survival, vehicle storage and mods, which doesn't sound too bad. The Rancher replaces the Plague Spitter. Chuck replaces the Frost Claw. This brand new smell system is back, but they compromised with it. Storm renderings, whatever. This I'm not real sure of either. That's the biohazard storms, temperature and protective clothing. The apiary to produce honey. New honey recipes. Probably the best part of this update is right there. Those actually sound kind of neat. Besides the really overpowered one I'll never get to because I don't cook. Turret ammo improvements, quest improvements, new character, freeze cosmetic skins, because they got to start pushing that, so we spend money on DLCs that mean nothing. That's why third person is such a big part of this, but we'll get to that too. And a new Trader Jen, which I think is her, which doesn't look too bad. At first I thought it was going to be an HD image, but I think they're trying to make her less sexualized, so we'll see how that goes. Improved water, empty jars, taking extra care to listen and read hundreds of posts and polls. Like the old empty jar system for the immersive feeling of rummaging through loot, to find the empty jar, locating a water source, filling the jar and boiling it to drink it safely. Yes, that's called survival. With that in mind, we combined the best of the old and new. So instead of just bringing it back and improving it, they tried to do their, like I said, this is the compromise update, which we should all be getting used to from these guys by now. Early game, you can scavenge jars, lakes, rivers, ditches, other man-made bodies of water like pools. Boiled for use as normal. Toilets, sinks, and other water fixtures are all dried up, which I'm assuming means you won't find bottles of murky water in them anymore. Something else we have to wait and see, but that's how I read it, knowing how the Fun Pimps like to do their stuff. You can craft dew collectors, but it's now later in the game. You can't craft one at the beginning. It's crafting level 16, workstation crafting level 16. So it's after, because it used to be 2, then the forge is 5, the workbench is 10, and you have to make it in the workbench. And other resources are now required, but they don't tell you what those are. Jars can be crafted once you have a forge and a crucible, which they said you wouldn't be able to. So this whole section here, I'm not real sure about either, because they announced that they would not be craftable. They didn't want people to be able to craft 1,000 jars and just have infinite water, even though water's not an issue in any playthrough whatsoever. You build a couple dew collectors like I did in Trapped in Dyersville and Clear Nazgane, and we've never had water issues ever. But anyways, each vehicle will now support one additional storage column for more storage slots. So bicycle and everything. The bike gets 1, the mini bike gets 3, motorcycle gets 4, gyrocopter gets 5, and the 4x4 gets 9. Then there's mods that add 10 slots with each mod, and you can do a total of 20 storage slots. So that's actually a good bit. That's not a bad update. Yeah, the Rancher replaces the Plague Spitter. Rancher still has the Swarm Spitting attack. The new Chuck Zombie still throws boulders at you. The whole point of immersion breaking zombies was only partly aesthetic. Yes, we did not like the mummy from Egypt being in Arizona. No, we didn't like the Yeti being in Arizona. For that matter, there shouldn't be a snow biome. But, you know, forgetting all that, the attacks were the other things that nobody liked. We did not like that bees came out of a zombie's throat to sting us. We did not like that a zombie was throwing giant boulders at our head and base. It was immersion breaking for a lot of people. I'm more of an arcade zombie killing type of dude, so I don't mind giant tanks from like Left 4 Dead running through everybody and destroying you. The witch, the charger. None of them spit bees at me. The tank will throw rocks, so Chuck is fine. In my opinion, Chuck should be completely fine. Just a big zombie throwing stuff at us. Cool. We already have the cops that puke at us, the mutated zombie, which is kind of a stretch, but radiation, that's fine. He's spitting goo at you. The birds can spit goo at you. Do we need bees? I mean, they could have had him do something else. Throwing an axe, throwing, stuff at you. They didn't have to be, he's spitting bees at you. Hi, Midnight. How are you, puppy? But yeah, then the smell, if you have 5 or more raw meat in your inventory. Oh, and the fun part about this is, I didn't show you, but we'll go up real quick. Brand new smell system with great surprises. Wait till you hear these surprises. Having 5 or more raw meat in your inventory will create a smell. Cool. You have a 10-second grace period before the smell begins to smell, I guess. So you can store it or package it. Raw meat smells have a distance and meter. It'll tell you on the thingy with the nose icon like it used to. The more you carry this, the longer the smell distance. That all makes sense. Once the smell reaches maximum distance, it will linger, so you can't just package it and it just goes away. So that's kind of cool also. Packaging the raw meat in bundles of 5 using paper and plant fibers gets rid of the smell. Storing it in a vehicle or storage container gets rid of the smells. So, if we put it away, there's no smell. Zombies won't come running. Consuming food now causes smell, so be careful when and what you eat. Many consumables now have a smell distance stat. Consuming multiple items in a row will combine all their smell distances, which, if you're going to have that, then yeah, that makes sense. This is their fun, exciting thing. The flatulence the player makes from dysentery will cause a smell that zombies will get attracted to and run at you because you farted. I swear these guys are like 12-year-olds in 60-year-old bodies. Anyway, smells have a cumulative distance of 100 meters. That's over 300 feet for us Americans. So, yeah, that's perfectly a-okay, right? They can smell you from 100 meters if you're carrying some raw meat. Smells do not travel as far. When indoors are sheltered and reduced to 20% of their full distance, I don't know why I couldn't read sheltered, and will dynamically shrink or grow when you go inside or outside. Your current smell can be cleared by submerging yourself in water, which you can do that to get dogs off your scent, so yeah, that makes sense. When smells reach zombies, they'll detect it and move in that direction. At the desired smell run speed setting, it's set to run, so they'll be running at you like ferals. And you can have it off, walk, jog, run, sprint, and nightmare speeds. You're pretty much just creating ferals by doing that. You can see new special effects for the particles and stuff and neighboring biomes. So you don't walk in and it's like, oh, there's a storm. You can see it, so that's cool. That makes sense too. Biome hazard, storms, temperature, and protective clothing. The clothing, smoke and ash, sand and dust, brutal cold air, and toxic fallout is the hazards. We know that. Storms have been reworked to longer grace period based on clothing. Without clothing, you get 30 seconds to leave or take shelter. Gathering and wearing protective clothing increases the time you have before you have to take shelter or leave. Taking shelter, which all seems to point to you still get a biome badge that makes it go away. But taking shelter starts a recovery timer. Rework the storm buff icons. Zombies become more aggressive, which we already knew that one. I think this one was also already in the game. Higher chance of dropping loot. They added back in a more intuitive implementation of the older temperature system. Again, they're compromise. Time of day, shelter, shade, weather, wetness, that was all there before. If you got wet in the cold, you'd get cold. If you got wet in the desert, it would cool you off. You know, we used to do that stuff. So the shade one I think is new. I don't remember being able to sit underneath a tree. Shelter we knew of. Time of day, I guess nighttime in the desert you won't get as hot. That would be kind of cool. Nighttime in the snow biome though you should get colder. Holding a torch, campfire, consuming items will increase cold. You know, drink coffee, whatever. Increase the player hot and cold resistance. I think the only way you can beat hot is by finding these things. And they brought back the movement debuffs for cold and hot. The stamina usage for food in the cold and water in the heat. So I mean that's all what it used to be. Now this is where I don't understand exactly why they compromised again. They had clothing in the game before. They could have just brought it back. But now you have 4 clothing insulation item groups that can be found in War to increase the player's hot and cold resistance and protection against storms. I don't know if each thing you find does both. If there's a group of 8, I don't know how that's going to work. But you have socks, cap liners, long underwear, and glove liners. So yeah, nothing for your torso. That's feet, hands, head, and legs. So, like I said, that's weird. They could have just brought back t-shirts, plaid shirts, coats, and dusters and stuff like that, and it was already there. It's already coded. But they didn't. Then you have 3 tiers, tattered, patchwork, and thermal care. Wearing all 4 of the highest tier insulated clothing items provides the best resistance, obviously. Clothing has no quality, but no degradation, so it can't break, which I don't think the old clothing could either. So again, nothing new. And then you get 3 levels of progressive armor insulation mods, as well to augment your hot and cold. So they brought back, which might still be in the game, the insulation mods. You put them on it keeps you cool or warm. The cooling mesh, all that happy stuff should be back, but we'll have to wait and see exactly what they have. The apiary unlocked at workstation crafting level 30. You need beeswax, which you get from tree stumps and the new rancher zombie, because you know that to try to make that formerly the plague spitter. Yeah, that's formerly. Wouldn't that be previously the plague spreader? Not formerly? I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too hard. Or maybe I'm just getting tired. 100 wood, 50 nails, 10 forged iron, and 8 duct tape. So not too bad. And to fuel it you need 10 Christian moms, or 10 goldenrod, or 10 cotton. So easy peasy there, and they're trying to get you to harvest stuff that you don't need, because you don't need cotton anymore. Goldenrod and Christian mums are a mute point now because you find so much water and drinks in the game to begin with, it doesn't even matter. Opening the apiary has a small chance of spawning an angry bee swarm, which I think is just... I don't understand why they're going to give a penalty for a workstation. It'd be like opening the forge, gives you a chance to burn yourself. But anyway, there's 3 upgrades you can put in it, like all workstations basically. You get the smoker, which removes the chance to have angry bees sting you. The brood box doubles how much honey can be stored, but they don't say anywhere how much honey is initially stored, so you have to wait and see. And the extractor doubles how fast honey is produced, so instead of 1 every 2 days, you get 1 every day. Now these are cool. This is what I said probably the best part of it. Honey tea, not only does it hydrate, it cures infections. The honey glazed sham doesn't say it cures infections. It doesn't actually say anything besides your new favorite meat substitute just got better, so I don't know what it does. And then honey brisket, the ultimate survivor food, 150 food points and heals your infections. So I'm not sure if this will heal your infections or not, because it doesn't specifically say, but it also doesn't give any stat points. Third person, you can toggle on and off. You can disable it in servers and whatnot. You have to rebind all your keys or controller input. turrets, you can now put AP and high power ammo into them, even though they say, hold on, where's it at? Yeah, you can use regular or standard ammo for regular threats and say premium ammunition for horde knights. Higher tier ammunition are currently work in progress. Entity piercing mechanics for the higher tier are still work in progress, which I don't understand, because if we already have it for the guns, it should already be there. But different ammunition types from now provides distinct advantages. Armor piercing rounds for tough enemies. Hollow points, that's what I wanted to point out, for standard zombies, and more. They changed it from hollow points, I think, before 1.0, because it became high powered. They're not hollow points anymore. They're high powered. You get regular Bonos ammo. You get high powered ammo, which is just a hot load basically. And then you get armor piercing, which is black tips. So they're not hollow points. Hollow points aren't hot loads. They're not high power. Yeah, so their own thing that they changed, they're now messing up. The quest improvements that they're talking about, the starter quest and opening trader routes quest will only direct players to traders that have the highest number of nearby quest locations or near cities, which could mean that you could have a trader 150 meters from you and you're traveling a click again to get to a trader. The traders will now show up to 7 quests, which is kind of cool. A new algorithm that picks 3 that's near them, 3 that's medium distance from them, and 1 from far distance. So you gotta figure in near would be within like 300 meters or 500 meters. Medium would be 800 meters, and far would be over a K. Okay, yeah, so that's what I am thinking. Something like that would be their algorithm. The rendering we don't care about. Free cosmetics packs, because, you know, skins, because they're trying to make everything DLC based. You know, spend that $10 on a set of clothing that does absolutely nothing for you. Yeah, you have to go to the DLC menu to redeem it once 2.5 is stable. You're getting the free original Survivors pack, which I don't remember what they look like. I think it's a dude in the plaid shirt and a girl with the cut-off tank shirt and a denim shirt or a coat or vest and denim jeans. I could be wrong. And then the free Santa hat, which I haven't seen in the game in a very long time. And then again, the new Trader Gen. So, yeah, that's their survival revival, not community feedback shut up thing that they had it named before. This is their, look guys, we compromise, even though they're trying to sell a product to people. It shouldn't be about compromise. It should literally be about, it doesn't matter. It's fine. But, you know, thank you for watching. Let me know what you all think. If you're excited, you think it's just another 1 step forward, 2 steps back from the fun pimps here. I'll reserve final judgment until we play it. I probably won't play any more 7 Days to Die, because if it is soon, and they're being honest about that, then I'm assuming this Friday from the 9th that Experimental will be out at the latest, and then the week of Christmas they'll put out the stable, if they're trying to do this. And I figure they're gonna, I think they'll keep up with it this time, even though I've made fun of them the entire time for not knowing how to keep a schedule, because it's the community, look, we listen BS they're trying to spin on us right now. So I'm thinking it'll work like that, but you never know. But that's going to do it for this episode, y'all. Hopefully you guys like it. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think of 2.5. We'll pick things up regardless of whether they put out 2.5 this weekend. We'll just have a week of Vane the rest of this week. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will just be Vane content. And as long as 2.5 Experimental comes out, we'll start playing that. We'll do 4 or 5 days straight of just 7 days. Just to get used to it again, see what the new changes are, see how long it takes us to get to them and whatnot. But yeah, that's going to do it. Bye.